Oh yeah, since you're here and it's relevant, you remember I pointed one of my friends towards you because he wanted to learn how to do a Donald Duck voice, and I was like, yeah, Majin will like that ego boost. Why not? and and he can't. He's really terrible at it, but he's very quick to point out that he's better than all of us.
Seems like a cool guy. I want to meet him.
Oh, dude, he's an excellent guy. I think if you two were in the same room, though, you would implode. You have too much collective energy.
I'm like briefly scanning through the script. I'm trying to like look at the Percy lines to see which ones Aram wrote. I know I also leaned on Will way too often to write Ramsey jokes because I just gave up. You're still here. That
was great. I think I remember when you were like working on that scene. It was like you were like near the end, and you were like, "Oh man, the soup thing's happening." It's a shame like Giovanni's already gone. Well, actually, I mean, we never actually showed him leaving. What if he was just still here and he had said and done nothing for 5 minutes?
And then I was just like, here, let me do it. And then I think Will out loud naturally reacted, you're still here.
Wow.
Professional writing. I'd say I do this for a living, but it's kind of an anti-job, technically.
Yeah. If you lose money.
Is the opposite of making a living making a killing?
No.
Oh. I think it's killing a living.
Smart right there.
That's it.
Yes, hello. I love every fucking like hello, police. Yes, this is police. Every iteration of that. Yes, hello, it is me. Hello, it is me, Miss Fuzz. Greetings, citizen. You appear to be in an automotive pickle. Are you injured?
Percy's really great.
Percy's very weird. I like her a lot.
I like that Sandra had the buttered water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Fucking whack.
That makes me so happy.
I already told this story earlier in the stream, but like she and I knew each other from before either of us were voice actors. And then just one day we were like visiting each other in New York, and I was like, "Oh, so what are you up to nowadays?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm a voice actor now." And I was like, "No shit." Me too.
Oh, okay. This was Aram. I'm going to investigate. I suggest you stay in the car, and if anyone dangerous approaches, disguise yourself as a humble crash test dummy in its natural habitat. That was you, because I thought that line was weird as fuck.
I think... Okay, so I think that's where we left it, but my recollection is that the first iteration of that was disguise yourself as a humble crash test dummy gone to its final rest.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What? However, the line was modified.
Well, this line was modified for unknown reasons.
X-Files.
Asterisk, we know.
I think these buildings appear to contain more termites than wood. Impressive in its own way was you. It's quite all right. Continue with your threat.
That's a good one.
People really like that line.
I'll tell you what I did not write, which was a real ass goddamn sword. Which was the sleeper hit of like that entire episode.
Yeah, out of all the things,
Real ass goddamn sword.
out of all the things in that episode, that was not the one I was expecting people to come away with. Because like, and it makes a little sense because I always knew there'd be swears in this show, but they kind of just come out swinging, no pun intended, and people are like, "Oh, swears," and I'm sitting there like. But like Mara had cool speeches, and then they beat the shit out of her, and we had that animated thing, and there's like all those moments at the end with Molly and that are sweet, and then the Yumta bit at the very end. But yeah, all right.
Someone said a swear.
Yeah, Jello, you need to remember, this is very mean, but it's just straight up true. People are goldfish. They will remember only one thing, and they will forget everything else, and they're going to remember the swears because they weren't swears before. We saw people be sad before. We saw people be cool before, but these were swears, Jello.
No,
I've never heard those.
I've seen
usually
people
the
be
goldfish.
sad before. I've seen it all.
Usually, in fairness, the goldfish effect is just like they will remember the last thing. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, that is the more prominent thing, but this is how they be.
Swears.
Weird.
Swears.
So someone's
Swears.
telling swears. Uh-oh.
Someone's saying high-level ear secrets.
Oh,
Ear secrets.
Ear secrets.
That's the character wwho just had. Was it dead or die in his ear?
Die.
I don't remember. Die.
guess what happened to him?
Guess what happened? I'll tell you what happened to him. He turned out to be the last member of Bliss Ocean.
Nice try, Era. So I can go into next to no detail about this, but the game, and we're gonna recreate this in season 3 if we get there, but the gimmick of the game that Lamp and I co-ran together was one of these guys is the final member of Bliss Ocean. You need to figure out who it is. There are 8 candidates. Players investigate them for 8 hours, which is not enough time, and then guess. And one of them fucking died in the middle of it. So, I was like, all right, everyone, guess. And I left that character on there, as an option. And Aram voted for him. And I said, yeah, you know he died, right? And Aram goes, listen. I think you're going for the double bluff. And you left this guy as a candidate. It's possible I'll be wrong, but if I'm right, I will feel very smart for having called it. And I did say, and then I was like, the best part of that is the moment we decided to kill that character, I knew you would vote for him.
Guilty as charged.
Though, in fairness, if I was on the other side of that fence, I also would have voted for him, which is why I knew you would have done it.
Yeah.
You know he died, right?
You know he died, right? I'm betting it all on black.
I'd like to call in my lifeline and have this character magically tell me who the bad guy is. Well, that's just no fun at all now, is it? That is...
Well, that'd just be absolutely no fun at all.
There are a lot of bad moments in Anime Campaign I don't want to see people to see before we remake it, but there are also some of the funniest lines any of us have ever come up with, including probably the funniest line ever, which is, your enemy's certainly not going to expect you to decapitate yourself, and they sure as hell aren't going to expect you to do it twice. What?
I can't believe you and Lamp had the fucking Sylvie guessing Lunt's epithets. Now.
Hey,
Is
man.
my epithet light?
Look, we prepared for anything. Did you ask Patrick Warburton to audition for Indus, or is he too big a name these days? Dude, he's like a real ass, big name on-screen actor. He costs a $1 zillion.
But maybe if you
I'm
bet.
telling you, just get Howard.
I mean, you're right.
His Warburton impression's real good.
I will
got
keep that
booked
in
for
mind.
He
I'm
literally got
casting
booked
from
for
beyond
it.
the grave.
Would Ramsey make one of those lazy cookie clicker apps if he knew how? I don't think Ramsey doesn't like scamming people. His entire job is preventing people from getting scammed.
No, he hates scams.
He legit, Giovanni walks up to him and he's like, yeah, this is real. Good luck with it. Bye.
Yeah.
There's
He's got no horse in that race.
Yeah, Ramsey can literally make his fortune whenever he wants, and he's like, yeah, I don't care.
Well, it's a good thing that Cookie Clicker isn't a scam, guys.
Majin says, clicking his cookies. Y'all hear about this cookie clicker thing?
Are you a
Wait a minute. Are you a cookie clicker?
Man, Riley's gonna be in Sweetwater, which is very exciting because I get to
Oh,
play.
is she?
Yeah, her last name's not Newspepper anymore. Though. But I want to get to play Riley again, and this is a good use of her.
I was looking over the stuff that I'd made for that anime campaign again, and I saw all of Riley's abilities, her unlocks, and I remembered Jello didn't take any proficiency, not one.
No, I actually wanted to play a Monday, but you were doing inscribed only, so I ended up just like going powerhouse and only taking stamina because no one does it. Oops.
God, that just makes me want to play Mystery Tuxedo again. I fucking love that dumbass. He had
Mystery
the best
Tuxedo
power.
was great. He just teleported everywhere, and Will demonstrated that by using his magic sound effect.
Got a little confetti popper noise. God.
Is that the one that Twitch ate?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I got gobbled.
Is the Feather Identity still on?
Yeah, that's still there.
Okay.
That one did not get eaten. Although, if it did get eaten, that is one that I probably wouldn't catch very quickly. I have a backup, but I wouldn't notice very soon.
That's fair.
Alrighty, cool cats. It is getting pretty late, and I gotta do radio shit in the morning. So I will chat with you all later.
It was nice talking with you.
Yes,
Nice
good
to
chatting
meet
with you,
ya.
and super nice to meet you guys. Toodaloo.
Good night, Will.
Later, Will.
Bye, night.
Someone, I don't know if
And
this
then
person.
there were 7.
Wow,
Whoa.
only 7. Question. Explain Molly's hair stars. Oh, I actually can because I'm streaming. Hang on. Let me find the character I ripped her stars off of.
Ow!
That's fine.
Oh.
I'm used to pain.
Okay, let's raise our standards.
All right, honey, let's raise our standards a little. I love that Kyle was like uncomfortable calling her hun. Like it was too weird and patronizing, and he wouldn't do it.
Aww. Good bean.
All right. So Molly's stars are based off of another character of mine, whose name is Lila. So is this it? Right thing? Yeah, here she is. So, whoa. Oh, it's that time of night, huh? Okay, my Photoshop's not going to work anymore.
Uh-oh.
Lila is a small baby in a ghost game that I will never ever make because I can't make video games. It's like if Luigi's Mansion and Paper Mario had a baby and then you sprinkled it with Persona 5.
Luigi's Mario 5.
Luigi's Mario. So,
But he's
Mario.
Luigi's Mario.
This girl had a star and alien theme, and I really liked her stupid hair stars in the afro. I think it looks really cute, so I wanted to redesign Molly because Molly originally looked like. Go away. Molly originally looked like.
she was just one of them little blonde bitches.
I'll get 5 more of these.
I love that image. That's my go-to image whenever people ask what my type is, or like me making fun of my own character designing. I'll take 5 more of these little blonde bitches.
God.
God, these are ugly. So I'll do these 2. Boop. Tiny. Let's move these in front of the lines. In front of the lines. There's so many layers. Oh my god. So Molly originally looked like this when she was small and sadder. And then in the end she looks like this. That's her epilogue. Though I don't think the story is going to take that same path. She will never
Probably
be
not.
happy. It's kind of taking the opposite path. In the original, she was inspired to become a cop. I very much don't think that's gonna happen this time around.
What are you talking about, Jello? I thought the theme of Epithet Erased was going to be the police are always on your side. Tell them everything and trust them.
Wait, what?
Yes, you can immediately tell if I'm writing something because it's very pro-cop.
Yes, the police. They are helping us.
Cops love other cops. That's why they keep refusing to prosecute.
Yeah, that's why they're always refusing to prosecute each other, right?
Oh my god.
that line kind of like smacked me in the face. I was like, "Whoa, okay."
I was like,
Just
wow.
gonna throw that out there and move on.
That's a
Well.
big oof.
Are we telling political jokes or we just freeballing here?
We're just free
I'm good with either. I just want a warning is all.
God, do it Ramsey's
Bear,
voice.
where did you get that bazooka? Sorry, Granny. Congress didn't pass any common sense gun restrictions.
Sugar Bear,
Sorry, Granny.
I feel conflicted because I don't think that the current party in power has my best interests at heart, but I also don't think that the other party has my best interests at heart either. Well, Granny, sometimes there's downsides to living in a two-party system. The fact of the matter is that no one really has the interests of the common man at heart. Can't get enough of them sugar Chris. Can't get enough of that sugar Chris, sugar Chris, sugar Chris. Can't get enough
Someone
of that sugar
please
Chris.
ask a question.
Even if hundreds die.
Did you, Granny? Can't get enough of that shit. Even if hundreds die.
My favorite genre of joke is like way too casually talking about how fucked up our entire life is, and then moving on with a single.
Can't get enough of that shit.
Cops love other cops, right? That's why you're always refusing to prosecute each other. Can't get enough of that sugar, Chris.
That is there. I was reading something else I wrote lately, and every time I write anything, it's always just like, plucky fun, whoa! And then like 50% of the way through, it'll just be like, by the way, have you ever considered dismantling the establishment? And it's like, what, Jello? You bitch! You tricked me!
What are you doing over there?
Is Don still
Making
here?
all these anti-disestablishments.
Someone in the
still
chat
here.
says, why can a bunch of them do a good Ramsey voice? And it's because characters with accents are 50% accent.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's because I've been like, I can do not a good impression, but a recognizable impression of the whole cast now since Emily and I just did a fuck ton of them. I can do a better Percy than the Ethel Merman one, but that one's just fun.
Can you give me a taste of Ethel Mercy?
Ethel Mercy is there's no mercy for Ethel Merman. Emily and I specifically do our Percy impression by extrapolating from no, she's turned him into gold. So whenever just like Ramsey, you have to do something.
That's a great Percy impression.
Spot on.
Killing it.
Ramsey.
Ooh, I actually got to finish cutting together auditions tonight, so I'm gonna go do that. Was really cool meeting you guys, and said it once already, but great work, and I for Jello's sake, I hope it's not for a while, but I hope someday, at a more leisurely pace and with a lot more money, you do get a season 2.
Wow.
Good night, everyone.
You too. Good night.
Right.
And then there were 6.
And then there were 6.
I was looking something up.
Done.
Who will last the longest? Find out.
You gotta draw something,
Next
Ramsey.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Will did a genuine Ramsey. You got a gold something. I think it's in the outtakes.
Oh my gosh.
Ramsey, you got a gold something.
Which Epithet Erase character is the best at Mario Kart? So mystery.
Zora.
No, in my head, I like to imagine that Zora is like highly competitive at games, and she's pretty good, but like never the best, and that infuriates her.
It's like a good old fashioned bout of scale. Why am I not better than you? Wait, hold on.
I
Zora?
low-key feel like Howie thinks it's work. so he gets real good.
It would be hard to trick Howie into playing a video game, but you probably could.
Like, hold on now, Howie. If you get really good at fighting games, you can make a lot of money.
A streamer.
Oh my gosh.
My new job
Now
is
your
streaming.
video game is work.
And learning how to play a fighting game is in fact work.
Welcome
He's
to
a
my
24-hour streamer.
Yeah, welcome to my 47th hour of trying to learn how to play a video game. Post poggers.
Everybody in chat talk about your poggers. I'ma learn how to do this down B up air. I will learn Byleth by tomorrow.
Who would
But I will not be able to do so unless you raise your dongers.
That's a fun one. Who would every epithet character main in Smash?
Ness
Oh
for Sylvie.
my god.
He's got a yo-yo.
He's got a yo-yo. Look at him. He's me.
Giovanni. Oh my god, Giovanni would also be Ness because he has a baseball bat, and they would be so mad.
You can't be Ness. Pick someone else.
No, why don't you be Lucas?
No.
Because he's a big fat crybaby. Yeah, I played Mother 3.
That's fun because the Ness mirror match is complete fucking garbage.
Ness versus Ness is terrible.
Oh my god.
Trying to think who Zora would main. Incineroar?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm a cat.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any cowboys. I mean,
There's no cowboys.
there's no cowboys.
I mean, Terry. Terry
Fucking
is close.
Zora plays a me gunner of herself. I'm the winner.
Oh my god.
That's as good as it
Right.
gets.
Yeah.
Zora
It
would
looks like
main
me, so it's
Joker.
probably way stronger
Joker
now.
because he
That's
has a
why she
gun.
doesn't win.
Here, in
Or
guest chat,
Wario.
this is Zora.
Wait, hang on. Let me see.
It's Pikachu with a green cowboy hat.
Aw, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, that's me. Wait, wouldn't that be Yumta?
Yumta exclusively mains Pikachu and manages to win every time somehow. No, Yumta would play Koopa Kid. Because that's just entirely fuckery. I think Yumta would play just like Plaster, where she selects a different character every time and plays them exclusively badly as like an elongated joke. So she would play like Wario or Wii Fit Trainer and then only crawl around the stage and then just mutter like, just crawling, just doing a little crawling over here. And then if you kill her, she's like, my crawling, it's been interrupted. Like she refuses to play the real game.
But in the chat says Ramsey also plays Pikachu because it's a rat. So you just have 3 Pikachus.
Pikachu mains.
Oh,
I also
Pikachu mains.
I also play Ness. I play Molly. I play Lucas because he has a dead mom.
Wow.
Oh
PK Fire.
Oh
That's so mean.
no! I was gonna say something cute like Isabel or something. But oh no!
I can't tell you why, but
Pichu.
is Banjo a bear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
I think she would main
Banjo.
Duck Hunt Dog and then Banjo.
Aw.
She wishes her mom was a ghost, like, you know.
Wow.
Mother 3 is so fucking depressing.
It is.
Which heavy...
You know, I only ever hear things about Mother 3. I've never heard anything about Mother 1 and 2.
Mother 1
Mother
is
two
Mother
is
basi-
1 was...
Earthbound.
Yeah, Mother 2 was Earthbound.
Oh,
Mother 1 is
okay.
basically unplayable.
It's also
no.
basically
Very
just
bad.
Earthbound.
Oh.
Earthbound is neat. It's a bad video game, but it has really fun vibes. It's like it's like terribly balanced and stupidly hard, but Mother 3 is also not an awesome video game, but it's very, very sad and powerful. I would never want to play it again, though.
Yeah, shouts to not being able to beat Earthbound because you don't know where the Invisible Man is in
Oh my
fucking
god.
whatever that town is called. I own a hard copy of Earthbound, and I have not. Been able
Dude,
to
sell
beat
that shit.
fucking
Those sell for like
That's
$200.
expensive.
I don't think it's worth as much as it used to since it got a digital release.
Still got to be worth like something. You're not gonna play it again. Sell that shit.
But it's a neat thing. I like having it.
Mother 3 also hates capitalism. Sure does. No wonder I like it. Mother 3 is the most like starkly.
I've been dying this entire time. I've just been muting very efficiently.
Aren't we all though?
Is Zora
Death is
protective?
constant.
Is Zora protective of her hat like she is with her guns? I don't know. Would you kill someone for damaging your big Dorito?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to eat.
Chomp.
Chomp.
Don't
I love the crunch.
keep your feet off the Dorit.
Actually.
Why don't we go back to feet?
Put them on the Dorit.
God.
No.
Tree.
You know what?
nut.
No. I was gonna make a joke, but it's awful, so I'm just gonna pass on it.
Congratulations on your restraint, Jello.
Look, man, I've been not restraining myself for 10 hours.
That's true. This has been a good stream.
What does Zora smell like? The fucking dirt and woods and sweat and bad.
Dirt, wood, sweat, and
A little musky.
She just smells like she hasn't showered in like 8 days, and her hair is a mile long. So like,
Cowboys didn't brush their hair. Why would I?
No.
I was so
It's
surprised.
bad for your hair.
Based like a lot of people, based on the opening, expected Percy to be a guy, which is not like that was expected. But a lot of people thought Zora was a guy based on her animation in the opening. Yeah, which surprised me. I guess I just associate long hair with girl, but like
That's not unreasonable.
You fool, then that means I'm a woman.
damn.
Caught again.
Darn you.
Would Giovanni try perfume to make himself seem more intimidating? What?
Why would he try perfume?
Alright, if I cover myself in this perfume, it'll be so offensive to their nostrils, they'll know that I'm evil with one whiff.
That's right, boys. I didn't come alone. My good buddy Calvin Klein's got my back.
Does he make perfume? I don't know anything about perfume.
There are some Colognes from Calvin Klein, I believe.
I've got some hairdo toilet on.
Oh my gosh. So I found I saw this you guys remind me of this comic that I saw on Tumblr, and it's Yumata asking, "Why don't you shower?"
Why don't you shower?
And Zora's like, "Shower? You mean get pissed on by my own house? I think the fucking not. Do I look like a beta to you?" And she screamed.
It's like Jesus.
I linked it in the chat.
Very good.
I am in love with any drawing of Yumta. I love Yumta so much. Shower. her mouth and "you mean get pissed on by my own house" is like something about that reminds me of like the newer Dr. Seuss movies. Like that's how the characters open their mouths. I can't tell you why, but
I see it.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not crazy. That's a cool speech. I've never seen a speech bubble drawn like that. You mean get pissed on by my own house?
Someone in chat wants to know if Giovanni can make other flavors of soup.
Yeah, I think so.
He has mastery of all soups.
How many soups has he mastered?
How many
10.
soups are there?
13.
God,
I can't master another one.
I love that exchange of just like, it's minions. He has way more minions than the ones you just saw.
Yeah, I've got like 10, 100, 100 minions.
Goodness, that is a large amount.
Episode 2 is so much better than episode 1 just because Molly and Giovanni get to have a dynamic now.
Episode 2 is also, like, I think one of the best episodes, period.
There's a lot going on.
I love that episode.
Guys, I got curious by looking up, like, what is the most lethal soup? Like, I got curious. I'm like, oh, what kind of soup could Giovanni make? And the first thing that comes up is poop soup. I'm so upset.
So Giovanni can't make any kind of soup.
Yeah, actually, I changed my mind.
There is one soup Giovanni can't make.
No fears.
Upon further research.
One fear.
This just in.
Only 13 kinds of soup, and that's not one of them.
I'm like a human soda machine, except for soup.
God. Yeah, don't look up most lethal soups. I'm sad.
People are now saying disgusting types of soup in the chat. You can't just put something in a bowl and call it soup.
Is cereal a soup?
We
already did this.
Is hot cereal a soup?
Hey.
No, that's oatmeal.
Question.
What about hot milk?
What's everyone?
Stop.
That's milk. What's everyone's favorite episode? 7.
Yeah.
7.
I think I'll stick with 2.
What is Feeney's?
2 is wholesome.
What's Feeney's epithet? She doesn't have one. She's a Monday.
I think it's gotta be 4 for me. I really like 4.
4 is good. I just got reminded of the shrimp vending machine from The Good Place.
Oh man, no one try mystery soup. It's white chocolate and it is nasty.
Takes another bite. Powerhouse, they did the animations for the animated portions, like the real ones. They do Netflix Castlevania. They have a new show coming up. They're good. They're expensive.
This show is surprisingly very Texan, even in that.
Yeah, no. A lot of the editors and artists are pretty international, but like all the editing and like the final shit and the actual animation and the recording were done in Texas. Yeah, Feeney had an epithet in anime campaign. I wanted more Mondays, so she's a Monday now.
That's good. There's not many of them.
What do you mean?
Howie's like the only one.
Wow.
It's like Howie and Trixie.
Just
like,
gonna out me. All right, you can just call me out like that, but that's fine. I don't need that.
just gonna hout me.
Oh my god.
I'll just be over here eating a good honeyed snack.
Would I hire Powerhouse again? I mean, they were good and like they're just expensive. I would hire them for the opening again. To be honest, I think I could probably get away with just making custom assets for any like big moment that I'd want to get animated and save a couple $1,000s. So I might not do any more internal animations unless it's like a really, really big moment. But yeah.
You know.
How do people do this like
Stink's a Monday and he would appear in every season? That makes him important.
Molly's dad is a Monday.
Woo!
Fun guy.
Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah, Martin Blindeff. Ooh. Ooh.
Does he bleed peanut butter?
Let's find out.
You gotta find a different well to dip into at some point.
No.
Takes out Canadian dollar. How much damage did Zora take from that lightning attack? Like 40, which is not, I would say, not too much. Like, Zora's so strong that, like, legitimately, if she didn't collect herself and be like, all right, fine, you know what? Fuck y'all, I'm leaving. She could have just murdered those two. Like, they were out of juice and she was at, like, 80% HP. Zora's bullshit.
Zora's OP.
Yeah. Yeah.
My epithet is bullshit. Bullshit.
Lamp drew a version of Zora's original icon where instead of her original epithet in the background, it was just bullshit.
I think I might be able to find that, actually.
I think I have it, but I'm not going to look for it.
I'll look for it. Why the hell not?
Would you possibly think of using freelance animators? Maybe. I don't know. Question.
Let the man stop thinking about production.
Yeah.
He needs to breathe.
I am a dead body full of ants that are questions.
There it is.
Oh
And
my god.
they keep me moving.
Like Stockholm syndrome. Like, wasn't like the first things like you did like after your one break was go back to like write notes for season 2? You fool.
I had ideas.
Take a rest.
If I
No, he's
don't,
inspired.
if I don't write them down, then I forget them immediately. So I have to. My hands are at least partially better now. That's nice.
Good.
Yeah.
We're glad to hear it.
We love happiness.
Is Jericho or Agatha Fuckwhistle making the cut? Agatha Fuckwhistle probably not for a multitude of reasons. Jericho.
God, I love.
That's her name.
Oh my god.
I love Agatha Fuckwhistle.
I am
so much.
confused.
Agatha Fuckwhistle is one of Sylvie's old teachers who hates children, and, like in a Roald Dahl antagonist kind of way, and like a Trunchbull sort of character. And she was played by Christopher Gilstrap, who honestly I would love if I kept her. I would have him reprise that role because just like Chris doing like an old woman voice is very funny to me. Even though it's ridiculous. And she was like, she hated children so much that she like learned real magic so that she could like curse them. And Sylvie skipped so many grades that he's one of the only kids who passed her class unscathed, so she hated him.
He was the one who got away.
Jericho is just
He was
speedrunning
the
jokes.
boy.
What would it take to beat Zora? I'd like probably like a really strong insta-death sneak attack, or
Or like a super-powered 4-man goon squad. That'd probably do it.
if you can outrange Zora, you can beat her. Because like if like she can just touch you and kill you.
Good to know.
God.
Rematch is gonna be nice.
Is Zora the strongest Bliss Ocean member in combat? No.
Yeah,
That's
no.
scary.
No. She's the second weakest.
Oh no.
I'll
we
just
got
tell
some-
you, Yumta's the strongest one. Yumta's horse shit. I have Yumta's stat card.
So much joy.
This is my character. She's the strongest character in the universe, and she's cool, and she's my favorite. Who do you think the most popular character is? Giovanni.
Yeah.
It's easily Giovanni.
Weren't you berating Jay for doing shit like working overtime? Jay does it worse than me, I swear. I didn't
He does.
literally break my hand to the point of surgery. Also, I was under
You only
contracts.
broke them to the point of near uselessness.
That's not. Shut up. There. See, okay, I was
Not shut up.
Here's the problem. I was on. The difference is Jay does this work. He's his own boss, and like end statement, and like other people will ask him to do additional work for him, even on his days off, and he will do it. I was under a contract with legal ramifications if I didn't get things done in time, and had to manage a team because if I didn't, then stuff just got fucked up. I tried taking breaks. It never worked. It did not work one time. Anytime I took a break, it meant I had 3 times as much work cleaning up whatever exploded while I was gone. So, just doing the work the first time, save time in the end.
Jay's one of those people who have a hard time saying no.
He has such a hard time saying no.
Which is even worse on that mentality of like always overworking yourself.
Yeah. Anytime I hear he's doing something, I actually DM him and go like, can you actually do that? Should you be saying yes to that? You know, like I'm his mom or something. What factors will determine whether or not someone will be inscribed or a Mundi? How they are born. That's it.
It's determined at random.
Someone earlier was asking if epithets were genetic and that, like, do you get something similar to your parents?
I want to say no, honestly. I kind of like the absolute randomness of it. I think it's more interesting. Molly's sister has an epithet, and her epithet is kind of the opposite of Molly's. It's not like a direct, like... It's not like a direct, like, fire-ice kind of opposite, but, like, thematically it's an opposite. And that's more just for, like, I think it's cool storytelling setup than anything else. But, no one else. Like, I can't think of a time when someone's like, here's my inherited power.
My family had this epithet.
Question the whole cast against Zora. I want to... My gut says the, like... Not counting Yumta, whole season 1 cast. Howie's on their side. I think you could win.
Howie's really strong.
Howie's like, so Howie got ganked in this season, but like he's pretty fucking bullshit powerful.
I would think it's also not just a matter of strength, but when you have that many people, you keep
the action
putting a lot of strategy.
It's Howie plus help.
Yeah, like Zora's powers are like ranged touch attacks. She has to touch you or convey them through a bullet. She can't just look at you and aid you, which is also how Ramsey's powers work. So if you've got a lot of people, I'm not saying you would come out with none of them dead, but I think you could win.
Aww.
Everyone is corpses.
Everyone is corpses. Sylvie, get up
Oh
front.
no. Oh no.
Well, see you guys on the other side, I guess.
I think Zora could still fight without an epithet. Yeah, I mean, she pretty much does. Again, she is barely using her powers in season 1. Zora's she has a whole array of sun-based heat powers, and she didn't even touch those. Oops.
I'm light you on
hers is
fire.
sundial, right? So
Yeah, she has sun
everything to do
powers.
with the word sundial. Jeez.
If the characters were Phantom Thieves, what would their code names be? That's fun. I want to say Molly's might still just be Bear Trap.
Bear Trap.
Oh, that's cute.
The only thing in my brain is I'm just remembering the pilots. Just bare minimum. Like, nope.
Oh my god, that's so exciting. when they get to if we get to season 3 where everyone gets card games, Pilot Command is this card game, and it's entirely run by how well you can bullshit, because there is a rule set, but it's like thousands of pages of long. So it's thousands of pages of long, so nobody reads it, and every player gets a unique card. So everyone has a card nobody else has. So there are no rules anyone follows, and the game is actually played by bullshitting and faking the rules attached to each of your cards.
Wow.
So everyone in the cast had a pilot based on their self. So Molly's is a microscopic bear named Bear Minimum. Zora has one. It's called Sundowner. It was like a super old cowboy. Who else? Sylvie had one. Was that Lamsalot? Lamsalot.
Lamsalot. I forgot.
Trixie did not have one. Feeny had one. Though
yeah, Feeny had gold bullion.
Yeah. And it was like a giant bowl. It was basically Dr. Beefton made out of gold. I wouldn't keep that though.
Wow.
Because bowls aren't cheap.
Yumta had one called Circuit Breaker.
It was an RC car that escaped its track. Maher and Indus were in that adventure, but they didn't have pilots. I think that's everyone who showed up in season
This wasn't
1.
the question that was asked.
Was there a question? What would their Phantom Thief names be? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Right.
It's hard to
As soon
answer if
as
you
you
haven't played.
said bear trap, I was like, I love that line too, where she says, "I hate to be the bear trap of bad news."
That is one of I'm so proud of that joke.
That joke always takes me by surprise when I rewatch the series. I'm never expecting it, and it always makes me laugh out loud.
Will wild magic be an epithet erased? No. Boop ba doo boo boo. Boop ba doo boo boo. Who's my favorite character to draw? I don't draw anyone anymore. I'm old and I am a corpse.
There's no time.
Everyone on the art team liked drawing Mara. Everyone hated drawing Indus. Everyone hated drawing
one likes
muscles
abs.
and big bara men.
It's hard.
Who else was hard? Molly. I was told Molly and Giovanni were hard. Molly's design is more complicated than most of the other characters.
She's important.
Trixie would be shot multiple times. Yeah. Where are the 2 arcs in season 2 set? Toy store and a prison. So Zora could
Said earlier.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What? Sorry.
I was going to read another one, so if you had more.
Nope, I don't.
All right. Someone asked, someone said earlier in the stream, you said that 2 to 3 episodes of season 2 would take place in a toy store. How's that work? Toy stores aren't that large. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You underestimate the square footage these characters need to get into shenanigans.
Yeah, it's true.
Who is Giovanni's favorite Sailor Moon character?
Tuxedo Mask.
That's a good question, actually.
Oh, I like Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo Mask! He's the best villain around! I'm sorry?
No, dude.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Sailor Moon. Definitely wouldn't be Mercury. I think I'm trying to be like, what would my I can't just say my answer because I know my answer and I don't want it to be Giovanni's. Out of the 5 main scouts, I think he'd like Venus the best. Or weirdly, my gut is his answer going like, "Oh, Sailor Jupiter, she's so strong." Like she could beat all the other ones. Do. Is Trixie and Monday still? Yes.
Can't believe this somehow, after going off the rails so hard, this looped back around to being a Q&A stream.
It's because we have
Only took 10 hours.
We have no energy left to be asshole weirdos, so...
You might have also just
Yeah.
consider that you might have just run out of things to talk about.
Okay, here's a solid question. If Molly had a lightsaber, what color would it be? I love that question, actually.
Molly has the dark saber.
It would be green just because her favorite color is green, but like... No, it'd be green. She would pick green. I'm not reading that.
Hey guys, I actually think I gotta scoot. My phone's like about to die.
Understandable. Thanks for popping in.
It was nice meeting you.
It was
I miss you, Dawn.
Everyone come visit me.
No.
Aw.
Oh, that's me.
You visit us, Dawn.
I mean, I'm going to. I mean,
Good.
well, I will. Like April or so. Right.
Wow.
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 You guys don't want to go to Disneyland? That's fine.
I went to Disney.
Bye.
Wow. Get out of here, Dawn.
If
Bye,
you
Dawn.
ever come to Vegas, we should hang out.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Have a good week, guys. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one.
That was like a weird
too.
harmonized bye. It was interesting.
Bye.
What would Giovanni's lightsaber be? Hot pink?
No, it would be a dark black lightsaber because, like my soul, and it can cut through anything, like my soul.
God.
Oh, and then there were 5.
And then there were 5.
Yeah, I'm almost out as well. My voice is very done. My voice is very
when you're
assumed
out,
dead.
I think
you're
everyone
out,
has to
it's
be
over.
out.
That is how it works.
That is how stream works.
Well, Giovanni's
I'm just
made-
over here playing Mario Kart. It's fine.
Could Sylvia make an imaginary friend? Yeah. Well, he might have to be sleeping for it to be like sentient, which would be pointless.
Because his power is not imagination based; it's dream based.
I like to think, that like for like any like sentient being or like something that isn't him, like an imaginary friend, it would have to be stemmed from his unconscious. He would have to actually be sleeping.
The saddest.
Which doesn't solve your friendship problem.
The saddest thing where Sylvie films himself talking to an imaginary viewer, leaves it open, dreams a friend, the friend responds through also a recording, and they just do that over and over again.
That's lonely.
Who would Mara main? In Smash, I don't know. In Puff. Oh yeah, because if you pop her, she just dies. I think Lucario. I think Mara would get some weird satisfaction out of getting stronger the more beat up she is.
Power fantasy.
Very sad.
That's a big sad one right there.
If you had more money to make more episodes, but only for one season, for only for season 1, would you? I literally couldn't have made any more episodes. I was at all of my limits. I was at my limit financially, physically, and mentally. And so were the editors. We barely got 6 and 7 in on time. 6 was a day and a half late. And then 7 got uploaded 45 minutes before upload.
What would the difference be between more episodes of season 1 and just starting season 2?
Yeah.
Well, one of them
They would have
caused
it
me to
now.
cry.
They always ask for it now. So impatient.
Don't care how. I want it now.
We talking about blueberries again?
Real quick, isn't it weird, Jill? You remember the Tom and Jerry fucking?
Yes.
Yeah. Why on earth did Slughorn get that song? That's his name, right?
Who is Slughorn? The guy who's like, give me your everlasting gobstopper, Tom and Jerry, or whatever's going on in this movie. There's a Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka movie, and it's hysterically bad. Because I think that movie's like in the public domain now or something, like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So fucking whatever. Anyone can do whatever they want.
They do whatever you want.
Yes, you can use epithets on yourself. A black lightsaber does exist. It's called the Dark Saber and was made by the first Mandalorian Jedi.
Yep.
He named it the Dark Saber?
Yeah, he named it the Dark Saber. It's literally a black lightsaber made with like different kyber crystals or something.
Is that extended universe, or can we blame Lucas for that?
It's Clone Wars.
Okay.
Yep.
I hear Clone Wars is pretty good, actually.
Clone Wars is phenomenal, honestly, in my opinion. It really fleshes out everybody. Like, you see the reason why Anakin actually switches to the dark side. You see why he doesn't like the Jedi.
I like Star Wars on paper. I just I don't like any of the movies. I did watch the original Clone Wars and I liked it, and I saw a little bit of the new one. I was like, it seems pretty good. I'm not gonna get into this though.
It's really hard for me to think of Clone Wars without thinking of this clip.
Is it the eating bugs?
No.
Indeed.
It's so damn funny.
Which character changed the most from AC to EE?
I think that's from Star Wars Rebels.
No, that's the original Clone Wars.
Is it?
The thing Majin just posted?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is
that's the Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars that came out in like 2007 or earlier.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think any of them. They all changed pretty equally. But it was all like one small change that changed a lot of small aspects about them. So like Giovanni's confident now, and he's not a joke. Molly's basically the same, except Danny pulls off playing her really well, and I did not. Sylvie's pretty close to being the same. He's just like a dork.
He's a big dork. I think the biggest thing is just when you strip away his vendetta against Mira. Yeah, that's the biggest difference. And honestly, I like it a lot more.
Question, which...
Howie is exactly the same.
Can Howie even overwork himself to death at this point? He hopes so. Howie
I want to die.
Howie's...
I'm trying to die by working.
I love that line. It's so weird. What are the characters' Hogwarts houses? I don't know.
Griffin Puff.
Artist?
Probably
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Giovanni would be Gryffindor. Or not Giovanni. No, Giovanni also. I meant Howie, but Giovanni would be fucking Gryffindor.
I'm Slytherin. Check again.
No, I'm a hat. You're Gryffindor.
Nah, I'm gonna form my own fifth house, the Condor Jocks. Now let me try again.
I'm just trying things. Tell me if it's bad.
It's bad.
Don't know what that means. What are some lessons you learned that you'd apply to the creative process for future seasons? Hire your team before starting. That was annoying. I need to, if I do this again, I need to pay people based on finished product. So like I need to pay the animators based on how long the segment they are animating is, not how many hours they work, because like that would just, I'd give like 2 people each 4 minutes, and like one of them would take like 70 hours and another would take 130, which means I'm paying one of them like $5,000 per episode and another like $250. So like that's ridiculous, both because I don't like, and I have no idea where those huge pays are going to come from. What season would the magical girl things be? Late 4 or early 5. Did I watch Kingdom Hearts 3? Yes. Was I entertained? No. I actually, for the only time in Kingdom Hearts history, kind of enjoyed the Disney worlds. It's the first time they've ever like done anything interesting with them instead of just terribly retelling the Disney movie. When I was little, I used to, like, a friend had Kingdom Hearts and I saw him playing the gameplay, not the story part. I assumed it was like each Disney world took place like after the movie, and it was like, let's hang out with like Aladdin after the movie. But like, no, it's just like, here's a really bad abridged version of the thing you already saw. It's like, what? Don't like this at all. The whole ending,
unfortunate.
The last like 4 hours to Kingdom Hearts 3 were all terrible to watch. There's no characters, so there's no conclusions that I enjoyed. It just, people would be like, I guess I'm sad forever, and I didn't learn anything. But because there's sad music playing and I'm a character who's been around for 13 years and I'm dying, maybe this is well written after all. It's not.
But you were my friend in the like DS version that no one ever played.
Oh my god.
358
You're
days
supposed
over
to
2.
read it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know you're my best
Listen,
friend.
everyone, I'm so sorry for trying to open the door to darkness. It's okay.
Are you?
I am Zimnis. I am really deep voiced and I speak like ASMR.
And I'm voiced by Wormmon. I originally had kind of an interesting sociopathic motivation because nobodies can't have souls, except that got retconned, so now my character makes no sense and is a terrible villain. Oh no.
Oh no, King.
Oh no, Ken, I'm
Why
sorry.
are you calling them out?
I hate
coming
Kingdom
for their
Hearts.
wig.
I hate
Because they
Kingdom
don't have
Hearts.
the crest of kindness.
Both of
I
my
love Kingdom Hearts so much, but just because it's bad.
that's
a
entirely
good defense mechanism.
That's entirely valid. You're allowed to like Kingdom Hearts. I just get annoyed when people are like, "Oh, the writing's so good." Like, get the fuck out of here.
it's not.
Read a book.
It's
It's like legit some of the worst writing in any franchise period ever.
How many retcons have there been?
And I literally made a free Patreon post because I was so annoyed by people that I could link people. Whenever they were like, "Oh, I got to replay all the Kingdom Hearts before I play 3. I'm not going to know the story otherwise." You don't. Literally, one cutscene in every game is relevant to the others, and then all the remakes just like retroactively add a boss fight that's like, here's a reference to something we added in Birth by Sleep because Birth by Sleep wasn't involved in anything before. So here's a super boss. That's it. Like, nothing's
my
connected.
My favorite thing with Kingdom Hearts is the fact that they just like final mix every game. So like you never know what the real story is when you play it the first time.
Oh no, a conversation I can't engage with.
Yep, you guys have fun talking about the Kingdom Hearts. I think it's time for me to hit that dusty old trail.
Thanks for hanging out, Marissa.
Have a good one.
It was
It
nice.
was a
speaking
pleasure
with
meeting
you.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you too. Thanks for pulling me in. This ended up being an insane way to spend my Sunday.
Yay.
I don't know what you could possibly mean.
I had a great time. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Have you found a negative 10 out of 10 movie yet? No, but Scooby-Doo Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery
It's so close.
It came
What
so
is that?
close. It's the Kiss
What is-
movie that is a Scooby-Doo movie where Kiss are alien demon protectors and Scooby-Doo is there. And it is a fucking amazing acid trip. And then at the end, they're like, "But it was all a dream, or 'twas it? Having our cake and eating it too, and not committing." And it's like, you bitches, you ruined it.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful.
That does not
piece.
seem like a real thing.
Oh, but it's so real. Hold
It
on,
should-
can I
it shouldn't
find
be.
the Kiss anime transformation sequence from that movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's up
no.
there.
Oh no. Oh no. Dang it.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh no.
I'm
Favorite-
gonna look at that after I finish this race.
Favorite anime of the decade? Promise Neverland.
Ooh, good choice.
I also really liked Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which I thought I would
Yeah.
fucking hate.
Also good choice.
I thought it was gonna be terrible, but then I loved every second of it.
What else did I watch that I really liked this decade? I'm only gonna remember like the last 3 years, but Made in Abyss.
Oof.
It's a rough show, but I liked it a lot. There's at least one more. I watched and really enjoyed a show called When Supernatural Battles Become Commonplace. Which,
I think I've seen that.
which I really enjoyed and had a great time watching, and am worried wasn't very good, and don't want to ruin my memory of it by rewatching it. Because I don't know anyone else who likes it. And
It's certainly not me.
I love the concept, though, which is in a world where everyone suddenly gets superpowers, the main characters decide to ignore that and not do that anime and do a harem slice of life anime instead, except everyone has world-breaking superpowers except the main character whose only power is to light himself on fire.
A little bit.
A little bit. And only he can feel the fire, and it just hurts him.
That is the lamest power.
It's just terrible.
That is so bad.
Favorite Epithet erased artist. That's like unfair, but I really like all the Epithet AU stuff. It's really good, and it's consistently cute and like weirdly accurate to how the characters actually are. Also a huge fan of the person who did the Beetle Soup animatic.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it takes to make them go crazy, raising the stakes by punching a baby. These...
Whoa. That's a definite jump. Punching babies out here.
The visual on that is just him putting in a picture of Mara.
Wow.
What about the Batman and Scooby-Doo movie? One's like fine.
I wish the WWE ones were good.
They're
but
not even like noteworthy.
They're
Wrestle Boys.
They're painfully me. I don't know. Maybe if we knew anything about wrestling, it would have like something.
No,
to
I watched
it.
them with Rube, and she was like, "Nah." Ooh. How long would the characters last in Gracefield? I don't know what that is. I love Sword Art Online, right? No.
No.
No one does.
If only that were true. I don't like, even though they're like, I know it's kind of a popular thing to hate, but like I really have never enjoyed an isekai. I don't
That's
like
fair.
the concept.
Like any of them.
All right. I enjoyed one isekai when I was little, and that was Maher.
Haha! Yeah.
Hello, you telling me you don't like the best isekai out there, Digimon?
What about Dot Hack, bro?
I haven't seen Dot Hack. I guess Digimon is an isekai.
I don't have
Digimon
it.
is 100% an isekai.
I don't have it off. At least the first season. I don't have it offhand, but a buddy of mine made a basically an alignment chart of what qualifies as an isekai. Just like the columns are like, okay, does it have to be a fantasy world? Do the characters have to be Japanese? And like, if you just cut those things away, then a lot of things suddenly become isekais. Like Spy Kids 3D is an isekai.
Yeah? Free Abridged. Oh my god. So I've never seen that, and I have no love for Free, and I don't check out abridged series because they're always bad almost. But Free Abridged, I know one weird thing about it, which is eons ago, the way I met most of my friend group is nobody at present, but Will and Aram and Chula and Keen, etc. was we started doing a Cucumber Quest dub. One of the actors' names was Aza Mack, and she voiced Cordelia, who is the evil queen. She dropped off the face of the earth and was hard to work with. And I occasionally look into, like, what's that person who troubled me doing? You know, like a bitter ex-girlfriend. And I looked her up, and she did, like, one very small filler voice for Free Abridged and then dropped off the face of the earth again.
Wow.
Code Ment, I can't get into Purple Eyes' stuff. It's, like, too out there.
That's fair.
Understandable.
What were you saying, Mike?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there was one comment I was reading for like the Epithet race episodes that they were coming out, and there was one of like, oh, Sylvie's voice actor, I remember him. He voices King in Seven Deadly Sins of Bridge, which one I have never touched anything of the sort, and two, it was funny enough because Fun fact for Sylvie, when he was being designed for like an icon for anime campaign,
it was just King.
I just thought it was an image of King.
Yep.
I just told him draw this.
That is funny.
Wow. I'm like, out of anything to fucking nail me on, of like any abridged voice I've done, you pick the one that Sylvie was fucking based on.
I was
Bridge is better than the actual show. Yes, it is.
I've heard that.
Well, Seven
low
Deadly
bar,
Sins
but they
is
do a
just
good
bad.
job.
I jumped into their they were streaming Pizza Game the other day, so I jumped into their stream and said a couple words and then left in chat. Tatami Galaxy is very good. That's honestly
yeah.
that's
Oh,
in my
yeah.
top. That's in my top probably 5 anime I watched this decade.
Number 1 for me, easily.
It has such a nice ending. It's just such like a well fought, and I really wasn't
Busts his ass for it.
and I really wasn't expecting that show to have a nice ending. But
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
it's like an artsy story. Like those are asking to be miserable at the end, but no.
An enjoyable end to an artsy show.
Opinion on Ghost Stories dub. It's the best. What do you
It's
want?
so hilarious.
Really fucking funny.
It's phenomenal, and they did a perfect job.
I remember I'd go to Anime Boston a lot, and I'd always go to Greg Harris's panels.
Oh, I love his panels.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's the best. I love him. When people always ask about ghost stories, and he likes to mention just like fun fact about ghost stories. We won Dub of the Year on Ghost Stories. The original Full Metal Alchemist did not.
Good. That dub is just fine, and I don't blame the actors. The script they were working with is unmanageable. And again, I don't blame the localization team. I think I have a lot of words to say on Full Metal Alchemist 2003, but it can all be summed up in my one post of people online. Full Metal Alchemist 2003 is good for its own reasons. Me watching Full Metal Alchemist 2003, villain.
I will feed pregnant women the red water and extract their placentas for alchemy.
All real.
That was a plot point.
That's a filler episode. In a 2-part filler. In the 5th filler episode in the first 12 episodes.
Wasn't the first couple of episodes just filler?
Yes.
Like they went to that one place where they're like the first episodes of those were like I
go to
remember them
Desert
going
Town.
to a
The Desert Town
or
is
something.
real. That's like the actual start. And then
Okay.
there's an episode with a train. That's also real, though they move some stuff around. That's the train episode at the start of 03 is the only good thing about 03. It's the only thing it brings to the series and actually elevates. So literally 1 point. And then after that, they go to a town where this weird dude is like making like puppet dead people or something, or reviving people from the dead.
I remember this.
Which then immediately betrays their rules that they said in this universe like 7 episodes later, because there are no rules because they wrote it as it went and it fucking sucked the entire fucking time. I hate that show. I hate no piece of media more than Full Metal Alchemist 2003 because I'm serious, because no piece of media has an objectively better original source and a better adaptation, and people still defend this shit pile one that is just like an edgy dude going like, what if, I don't know, what if, remember Rose from the original start of the show? What if instead of not being a character afterwards and being a symbol of hope and people coming together, and it doesn't matter what powers you have, if people come together and help each other, it'll be good, because that's the theme of the fucking show. What if we get rid of that and chuck it in the garbage, and instead she gets used by the evil government, and then a soldier comes and he rapes her, and then she gets so raped she can't talk anymore, and then she has a baby, and the bad guy throws the baby at Edward and teleports him to London. None of that is fake. All of those things happen, and they are all exactly as bad as they sound.
I
God, the worst episodes of 03 really are just concentrated at the front, huh? No. No.
I don't remember 03 so much because I watched Brotherhood in the very developmental years of my life where it overlapped.
I didn't watch much of 03 because I tried very hard, but unfortunately, anime piracy was not at the gold standard back in 2000.
It was so hard.
Good. It was so bad.
Yeah, no, I gave up on trying to find Full Metal Alchemist and succeeded at finding Lupin instead. I don't know how I managed that.
Lupin the Third.
When I was going through every version of Full Metal Alchemist to compare them rapid fire, I I own the whole. It's the only manga I own all of because it's the best manga ever.
The only manga I own all of is Maher.
That's like kind of adorable in its own way. But like I just moved, so my manga was at home. So I was like, I'll just read it online. Scanlations are fine now, but no, they weren't updated from like the olden days. So it would just be like Edward talking to someone and be like, WTF! And that would be like all he'd say. I'm like, wow, I remember this.
And people were just like, I can dub this as whatever I want, right?
Like Samurai Pizza Cats did it. Like,
God.
why can't I?
Oh, no.
That's great. So fucking stupid.
There's one show I'm not sure how much they were really trying to get away from what was actually done that me and Lamp were watching for a while.
Oh,
Nerima.com
what, Nerima?
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly, pretty good.
That is not a show that I can recommend.
Really? I liked it.
Like, I like it, don't get me wrong, like, there's some really solid gags in there, but, like, also, like, one of the main character's running gags is that he wants to marry and fuck his cousin.
That
And,
is
like,
true.
that's a hard sell.
That is a hard sell.
Oh, so it's an anime.
Yeah, it's an anime. And also, like, another one of their bandmates really wants to fuck this panda.
Question.
And someone else also wants to fuck the panda.
Question. My friend says Full Metal Alchemist 03 is better because the main villain has better motivations than Brotherhood. Your friend is wrong.
Where?
Your friend is wrong. On paper, I like... So that's the other big defense is that, like, oh, the villains are more interesting because... So I will say, I love the idea of the homunculi in 03. It's like a super cool direction to take them. They don't take them there, but they came up with the idea where instead of just being a person that is made from nothing as like a weapon, they are, if you fail a human transmutation under certain circumstances, that person will form a homunculus who is invincible, and they will look exactly like the person you tried to revive, but they're monsters. And the only way to kill them is to attack them with part of their own original dead body, which is like a very cool kind of classic undead energy going on, and I liked it a lot. It also means that Ed and Al's mom is one of the homunculi, which, like, you think they would do anything cool with. No!
All right.
And
wait. Did they ever do anything with that at all?
They do fight the mom, and it's just like, I see.
Remember it.
They're like, oh, you're based on our mom, and Wrath in that version is Azumi's kid. Like, it's like this little brat who's like a tiny, meaner Envy, which is really fun. It's like how when they remade Shaolin Showdown, they were like, you know what Shaolin Showdown needed? Another Omi who is smaller and named Ping Pong and voiced by the same person. I know that's not gonna tick a lot of boxes for people who... I know there's not.
That's a real easy sell, I think.
I know a lot of people aren't familiar with both Full Metal Alchemist and Shaolin Chronicles, but hear me out. And there is and Lust has this ongoing, like, I want to be a human or something. But she basically just, like, mutters that under her breath for 30 episodes. And then she's like, Edward Elric, I'd like to be a human. Why? I don't know. So help me. Okay, I guess. And then she dies and doesn't become a human. And it's like, you see, Scar's brother, I died, and I was Scar's brother's fiance, but also Scar was in love with me. But we're not going to flash back to that to validate it. And Scar has one line with me as an exchange. And then I die. And I'm just killed by Wrath, who has nothing to do with my character arc and is a baby. Ooh, what a good payoff for 45 episodes. I'm not joking. I'm dead now. And basically her mom, the mom homunculus is just like, hello, I'm a big drip of water for some reason. And she is killed and dies. And that's it. And Ed and Al are just like, well, that's done. Sure is Tuesday.
You know, my mom just died in front of me, but, you know, Tuesday.
So not to backpedal to the infinitely less important point, but I did recently talk with someone about Shaolin Showdown Chronicles.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I'd never seen it, and but he had, and he was like, yeah, no, they had to rename all the Shenggong Wu because they didn't have the rights to them because it was handed off to a different studio, so they just had to give them all slightly different names. Like the Mantis flip coin became like the Mantis jump coin or something dumb like that.
Ah, so it's the JoJo localization of Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I literally sat down with Jay and we have an ongoing joke where I explain things as Full Metal Alchemist 2003 Shao Tucker while losing my mind. As though I'm like I'm Shao Tucker, but like as though I'm a writer. By the way, they have an enormous hard-on for Shao Tucker. The head writer has like the biggest crush on him. It's the weirdest thing. They don't kill him. He comes back as a weird chimera with an upside-down face. So they have Jerry Jewell voice him like this, and he just sounds like this, and he's around for the rest of the series. Edward, you don't understand. And my favorite, a scene in the show that made me pause and scream because I was so baffled, is they, you know how they do this in the actual show too, the real one, in the manga, where it's like Ed and Al figure out Marco's notes and they go, damn it, it looks like the Philosopher's Stone is made of people. We can't use that to fix our mistake. That's against our core philosophy. And they both agree. And they're like, let's go investigate this lab. And they go to the bottom of the lab. And Shao Tucker is there this time for no reason. And this is, by the way, if you haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist or the one meme people make about this series, Shao Tucker is the guy who turns his daughter and his dog into a chimera so that he can have money. And essentially murdering both of them. Ed and Al are traumatized by this. And it changes their actions for the rest of the series to the point that in the original manga, it is on the last page you ever see Al, and he's still talking about trying to figure out ways that he can help people who that happens to, because it was a pretty big thing for them. And it's kind of their driving force. But in
Wait, Shao Tucker just lives in 2003?
Not only does he, you know what, I'll walk you through it. So, so they go down to the basement and they find Shao Tucker with an upside down head in a lab coat. And Ed goes, "What? Shao Tucker? What are you doing here?" Edward, listen to me. I've become a chimera, Edward. I've become a chimera. My head is upside down. Listen to me, Edward. What? Listen. I found a way to make a Philosopher's Stone. I can make a Philosopher's Stone, Edward. You can get your bodies back. You and your brother can get your bodies back. Okay. I trust you, my good friend Shao Tucker. You've never done anything suspicious. Tell me about this Philosopher's Stone.
With your upside down head.
So, listen to me, Edward. I have a room here full of ingredients for the Philosopher's Stone. I need you to philosophize them into a stone. Don't look at the ingredients.
Huh! I just learned that you make a Philosopher's Stone using people. But I guess I forgot about that, even though it was 18 hours ago. All right, I think I'll give this one a shot, my good friend Shao Tucker, who I am totally cool with. Let me just rub my hands here, and then Al comes and he's like, "Wait, Edward, there's a bunch of people in that room." And Edward goes, "What?" And Shao goes, "Yes, they are people. People used to make a Philosopher's Stone." And Edward goes, "People are used to make the Philosopher's Stone." And I paused the video to scream. And Shao Tucker just kind of he just ambles away. And then the homunculi show up and they're like, well, it's the Full Metal Runt. We need alchemists to help us because
Well, we don't know because the manga didn't get that far, and we haven't come up with a reason in our version. Can't you just use Shao Tucker, who's right there? No! Shut up! So they don't use Shao.
Weird.
He's really weird. His head is upside down. And so Shao Tucker gets away for the first of, I think, 6 times. And that also, I didn't mention it, but every villain in that show, here's the drinking game if you want to die. Take a shot every time a villain says, "We're not so different, you and I, Edward," and then says nothing at all in common. And it'll be like, "We're not so different, you and I. I make all these fucking zombies, and you ate an orange once. We're both alchemists, Edward. You might be right. I'm a dick in this version." And that keeps going. And that just keeps fucking happening. And then later, there's a scene probably like 20 episodes later where someone, like a receptionist is like, "Hey, Alphonse, we got a phone call for you." "Oh, who is it?" It's someone named Tucker." "I don't know anyone named Tucker." And I paused and screamed again and then kept going. "I wonder who it could be." And he walks over and picks it up. "Hello, Alphonse. It's me. Upside down head Shao Tucker."
You do not want to see how I have to speak into this phone.
and Al looks into the middle distance and goes, "Wait a minute, Shao Tucker?" And I'm like, yes, Shao Tucker, you dumb idiot. And then that shit just keeps fucking happening. And then the end, Shao Tucker's resolution, he's just like, "Edward, my good friend, who I've never done anything wrong to. Yeah, I love you. What's up, dude? I figured it out. How to..." I'm sorry, I just saw something ridiculous in chat. "I figured out how to bring Nina back. I'm a good guy. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing morally ambiguous." And he's made a scary dead-eyed Nina doll, and he's like, "Look, I've done it. I've made my daughter." And she scoops out of the tube like the clone Pokemon in the first Pokemon movie into his arms. He goes, "Yay, I did it. Good job, Shao Tucker." And he pets her head, and he's like, "It'll be fine, Nina. It'll be fine." And he walks off into a basement, and she's just like a weird dead body, and it's just like, well, that's the last we'll see of Shao Tucker. Happy. And that's the end. And hooray! And then the actual ending for the villain of this, who is just like a lady who switches bodies every couple years to stay immortal. Like, ooh, really solid motivation. Like, it's not bad, but it's not like noteworthy. And she's just like, "Edward Elric, I am in the body of a maid from a filler episode. Now, that's the main antagonist. Get over it. Edward, did you know where alchemy really comes from? Have you ever seen The Other Side of the Gate?" "I did once, but the writers have no idea what they're doing, so no." "Well, Edward, let me show you." And she chucks a baby at him. She goes, "Edward, new things are closer to the portal of truth because they're new." "I don't know." "Yeah!" And throws a baby at him. And because the baby is new, and it opens the gate, and Edward is thrown into 1939 London, and Al is like, "What happened to my brother?" And she's like, "I don't know. Gluttony, go crazy, because every other homunculus is dead." And Gluttony goes crazy. And it's just like,
but and why?
He goes crazy. She's like, I've removed his brain. This is a good idea. And Al's like, "I'm gonna leave or something." And she's like, "Okay." And Al either leaves or she leaves. There's no final battle. She just leaves. And it cuts over to London, and Hohenheim is there, and he's like, "Hello, Edward. It is me, your father. I just got done speaking with Winston Churchill. Did you know that alchemy was caused by World War II?"
Of course it was.
It's caused by wars in this world, Edward. War, blood. This is an excuse to have Nazis in my show because low-key the head writer is kind of a weird fascist.
Wow.
What? And then it cuts back to the real world, and it's Dante who's the villain in an elevator, and she's just like, I got away, or something. I don't remember. It didn't make any sense. And she's going up in an elevator to her secret place, and suddenly a hole opens in the elevator because Gluttony eats a hole, and she goes, Gluttony, what are you doing? Listen to me. Oh, wait, I destroyed his brain. Gluttony? And then it cuts away like it's a comedy to the top floor of the elevator, and the doors open, and she is gone, and Gluttony is gone. The end. That's the final boss. She dies off screen in an elevator, killed by nothing.
Still alive.
And then in the movie,
that's right.
And then in the movie, Edward finds alternate universe Nazi Alphonse, and he's like, I don't know, these Nazis seem all right. I'm making them a rocket or something. And it's alchemy. And they go back, they do some stuff. And the movie's actually a lot better than most of the show, even though it's like stupid as fuck. It has a good budget, and it's okay. It's not great, but it was enjoyable to a degree. And it's dumb. And then at the end, Alphonse gets his body back and loses all his memories. So he doesn't remember the series ever happened and learned nothing. And then they both teleport to... I think they both decide to just go to the real world and leave Winry for dead. And that's the ending. Oh, and also Maze Hughes is a Nazi.
Cool!
What?
Don't watch 2003. Watch Brotherhood.
Namely, just the first handful of episodes of Brotherhood. I swear to God, dude, I went in with the openest mind. Hard disagree. Brotherhood's opening is just much fucking stronger.
Brotherhood's opening works.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
The only weird thing about the open Full Metal Alchemist, but it's live. God, I should. The only thing that Brotherhood does better is it gives Maze Hughes a little more screen time before they kill him. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, Brotherhood doesn't really focus on Maze Hughes. And then I read the manga and I was like, oh, that's because Maze Hughes isn't like really a character.
Nope.
And like, he's not bad. He's like around enough. And he's kind of the sacrificial lion who's like, oh, people can die now, I guess. But it's fine. This is super weird considering
build them up very small.
This is super weird considering the original FMA is pretty anti-fascism. You don't say. You know what? You know what's super weird is going, what character, if I could bring him back to life, would join the Nazi party? The guy who died trying to stop the fascist evil conspiracy and gave his life to uncover it and failed? Yeah, that guy would love Adolf Hitler. He on screen marches with literal Adolf Hitler.
What the Why are they trying to character assassinate Maze Hughes?
Because the head writer is cool with Nazis. I don't know what to tell you other than Full Metal Alchemist 2003 is like the wet dream of like a 14-year-old boy who's just old enough to be like, I think things people don't like are cool. Rape is funny. Like in the first couple episodes, and like this happens in the manga kind of, where Ed's just like, I don't believe in God, I believe in things we can do with our own hands, because this character's talking about something that she's like, you don't know what I went through, you've never lost anyone. And it's basically setting up that he's like, yeah, I lost my fucking mom and I don't have an arm or a leg. And it works as like a single chapter setup. But in the manga, they're just like, oh, you believe in God, do you? Allow me, a 14-year-old prick voiced by Vic Mignogna, to tell you about atheism. And that's kind of just the tone for the whole fucking show. Spoilers, man. Dude, this series is 14 years old.
Yeah, man, if you hadn't seen... Also, he's spoiling the one that's, like, not good.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Watch Brotherhood.
Oof. I would honestly recommend reading Brotherhood or reading the manga up until like the end game of Brotherhood. Watching Brotherhood is fine too, but if you have access to the manga, I'd read it. It's a solid fucking manga.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, I just wanted to do those, so I stole them for Epithet Erased.
Don't worry, everyone knows.
And everyone's okay with it.
Pay me to unironically rant about anime I don't like. Fucking Kekai Sensen. I only watched the first season. It drives me wild that there's that video on YouTube where it's like, Kekai Sensen, epic final battle. And it's like a single punch of not the main character to not a main antagonist.
And also just to make sure with maximum clarity here, this is not a single punch like One Punch Man, like it's really cool and he punches him once and he kills him. No, it's one punch of no consequence.
Wait, is the manga ending bad? No, it's just that Brotherhood's finale is just like, it's just fucking like chef's kiss after chef's kiss. It's all fights and all characters, and it's much better animated with music. God, the fucking end game of actual Full Metal Alchemist is just so goddamn good. Every wrath fight, every greed fight.
Phenomenal.
Envy, death, final battle's good. Yeah.
Just real quick. Because I'm thinking about Kekai Sensen now. Shouts to how, like, the framing device of the first episode is him writing, like, a letter to his sister. And they dropped that immediately, with good reason, because if they didn't, then his letters would look something like, "Hey, sis, today I stood outside of a room that I was not allowed to go into for a week while my boss played Super Chess."
Yep.
What the hell even was Kekai Sensen? It was like all the budget and all the voice acting and all the animation with no story at all.
All I know is it had a really good ending song.
Yeah.
Like, the ending song was great.
Yeah.
It's a fucking banger. I heard that the second season is not completely worthless, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, so can you explain to me how you guys like JoJo, even though it's guilty of all the stupid anime things? JoJo works when it's like going fast enough that it's a dumb, enjoyable roller coaster where you don't have time to think about it, which is why I really like part 7 and part 2 and parts of 4.
Also, of all the things that JoJo is, it's not pretentious.
Boy, is it not. I was like, wait, is there? Because I had to remember, like, I just read part 8 and despised it. But like, I think JoJo's like a carnival ride, and if it's like a fun carnival ride, it's just like, this is fun and dumb, and I'm into it. And like when JoJo doesn't work, it's so bad. Oof. Is Diamond is Unbreakable the only good part of JoJo? I'm almost done with Stardust, and it's kind of riding on a light 7. I don't like Stardust Crusaders, actually.
I like it a lot.
I like the ending. I think you could skip almost half of it.
I mean, yeah, you could skip a lot of JoJo.
I'm mostly excited for them to animate 7.
Yeah.
Part 5 is also amazing. Hard disagree, though. Big props to the animation adaptation. I think they did the best job they possibly could have done. Like, really well acted, really pretty, great music. They fixed as much of the pacing as they could, but at the end of the day, I just don't like anybody.
The end of part 5 is so garbage.
Which ending? The one where they beat the final boss, or the one where they decide to have a weird prologue epilogue about Mista fighting some fuck who's like, "Oh man, don't attack me.
I mean the 5 episodes worth of lead up of, hey, what body am I in? I don't know. Hey, look, it's the boss. No, it's not. It's fucking complete garbage. I hated every second of Silver Chariot Requiem.
Wow.
Yeah, some of that was pretty bad. Have you guys seen Keep Your Hands Off Isaaken? I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's I said like it sounds like I'm searching for a bad word. It's really cute and interesting. It seems good.
I've left it so to not watch until like it's all out. I want to binge it.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. It's weird because like I'm hesitant right now because I don't know any friend I would recommend it to out of my usual friend group, but I like it. Oh,
I mean,
man.
I'm going to
nice
watch it.
lives.
Like, I watched Crybaby, like Devilman Crybaby, just because it was the Tatami Galaxy director. Like, I'll do that again with this. That's also why I watched fucking Kaiba, and Kaiba sucks. Kaiba is pretentious. Although...
the moistest man you've asked... Sorry, real quick. You've asked that like 6 times. No is the answer. I don't have any tips on editing or fixing files.
Shoutouts to how all of Kaiba is a setup to the punchline of shoot someone in the back of the head. Ha! Bet you're wondering how I survived after that time you saw me die. And then he gets shot in the back of the head.
Kaiba is fucking wild.
Wow.
I can't believe I got you to watch all of it. It's like the least lamp show on planet Earth.
It's not for me, no. But, like, it's short.
You don't like JoJo Part 5? No. I don't like any character. I have a passing acceptance of Narantia and Mista.
Bruno's literally my favorite JoJo character, but, like, he's got no personality. I won't defend it. Part 5 sucks. Mostly because of Jorno.
Yeah,
It's been a fun distraction from grad school work, but I got to get back to it and then pass out.
All right,
peace,
bye,
man.
Majin.
It was fun talking. It was nice meeting you, Thiggy.
Nice to meet you too. I think I'm gonna jump off myself too.
That's understandable.
You all have a good night.
Yeah, peace, you too.
Bye.
Peace. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, peace.
What's the best filler in an anime I've watched? G8 from One Piece. That's where Condoriano's from, actually.
And so the Ouroboros consumes its own tail. Here we are at the end, the way we began.
Yeah. Oof. I would recommend JoJo Part 7. It was a fun read. I would not recommend Part 8. It was miserable. That has been going for like a decade and a half, and there's still no main antagonist. It's just aimless people running around Morio screaming and like licking girls.
Ugh. I still need to finish Part 7. I haven't done that. Like, I've been midway through Part 7 since like sophomore year of high school.
Wow.
I lost my bookmark for a long time, and like I found it again, but like I never finished it.
Part 8 is still in limbo. It's not in limbo. It's updating every month. Yeah, Giovanni would knit stuff for Molly. I don't like most French animation. Yeah. Looks at lamp.
But what
Code
about
Lyoko.
Code Lyoko?
Code Lyoko is garbage.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
you should
French-
finish Code Lyoko.
French animation is either... I mean, I guess I need something to do while working on... So this is basically Persona, but I need it to energize me, so that won't work. French animation has two major problems that turn me off, which is A, it's either really artsy and pretentious and nonsense, which I can't enjoy, like, beauty for beauty's sake, and who cares if there is no plot and it is weird and naked. Like, can't get into that. I think it's a waste.
I'd like a plot, actually.
It's a waste of talent for me. And French shows have a plot structure of, it is the same episode 8,000 times, and what is the status quo? You think you'd figure it out, but there are no rules, really. Why does nothing advance? Ho ho ho! I sketched one idea on the back of a baguette 8 years ago, and now that's... all you have to work with. I've heard critique that replacing Giorno with Bruno would work better for part 5. Well, yeah. I fucking... Thank you, Meershroom. You didn't need to do that. Every JoJo part has, like, the JoJo and then the real protagonist.
Yeah, but removing Giorno would be strictly a benefit.
Yeah,
whereas, like, removing
that.
other JoJos, like,
How about Spider Riders? I have no...
Oh, man. Spider Riders.
It's got an opening. Guile and Epithet erased. Probably not.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have, like, a character arc or anything that ties into anything important by the end, so I gotta cut as many characters as I can.
He is exceptionally irrelevant.
Cello hates the French. I don't want to, but, like, I think it says something that when I watch a movie, afterwards I can go, like, was this made by a French person? And it always is. I'll be like,
That might just mean French people make every movie.
What? There's a couple French things that have been recommended to me, but, like, and I'm sure there's at least one that I'd like, but...
Yeah, of course.
What do I think of
Hunter x Hunter? Should have asked that when Maj was here.
Oof. Hunter x Hunter is a different show every story arc and a different quality level every story arc. I think it's a pretty bad show until they get to York New City, and then it's a weirdly good show, and then it's kind of lame for Greed Island again, and I've heard it gets good at the Chimera Ant arc, which I was watching the dub, so... Do I still like Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I liked it for a while. I think it's kind of run its course. There's not much they can do with it. Didn't like Ladybug. No. Ladybug's not good. I would never recommend it.
Look out, VeggieTales.
Would Giovanni work with Bliss Ocean for a bit? Not in this version. Alright, I'm going to end this in 7 minutes at the half hour. Favorite and least favorite One Piece arc? It's a fairly tough question. Baroque...
Fishman Island.
Yeah, Fishman Island's the worst. Baroque Works Alabasta is the best arc. How about 03's Scar's non-existent character arc? Yeah, nobody has a character arc in 2003. Who's my favorite Trails in the Sky character? If I'm counting his shit that he pulls in Cold Steel, Oliver. If not, it's Estelle. Did you ever finish Love is War? I watched all that with Will. It was a fun... If you haven't seen that show, it's basically like, what if Elle and Light were a schoolgirl and boy pair of idiot super geniuses who both fell in love with each other, but for societal reasons needed to trick the other into admitting it first. And it's extremely over the top, and I thought it worked awesome for like 3 episodes, and then was like never that good again. Has a really good opening. What do you think of Steven Universe Future? Haven't watched it. Keep asking stuff. Are there uncontrollable time limits on effects that epithets cause on people? Yeah, depends on the user, depends on the power. What are the characters' homestruck class pets? Those aren't words.
Zora's the time player.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember those.
I sadly do.
Fave arc of One Piece is Dressrosa. I like the first half of Dressrosa a lot. The second half is really boring. Opinions on Madoka. It's kind of
I
like
liked it.
It was all right. It's kind of a novelty series at this point, I think. Like, I don't think it's a very interesting watch.
I liked it well enough.
Am I gonna upload the season 1 poster? Eventually it'll be available as a print. Will I post Epithet on YouTube in the future if I get more seasons? Yes, if I'm allowed to. What time is it? Little past midnight. Is Taps a ska song? No. It's like a dirge.
That's my joke. It's a dumb running gag.
Yeah, post Usopp moment of Dressrosa drags, but I will say that Usopp moment, I fell out of my chair laughing. It's I think the best moment in the entire series. Best anime of all time. Honestly, probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood overall. It's a very solid package. Tatami Galaxy is good, but it's less universally good, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
How does one actually watch One Piece? You don't. You read it. Or if you
can
want,
watch it for a hot minute and then read it.
you can watch it up until Skypiea and then read it if you want. That's when it starts to slow down, and it just exponentially slows down. Best JoJo OP theme. The final Bites the Dust version of Great Days is extremely cool.
That's really good.
Have I read Worm? No. I don't know what that is. What's a worm? Least favorite character in all media? That's a tough question. Top of my head, Ponyhead from Star versus the Forces of Evil. Really bad. I'm sure there's worse characters though. Bug Fables.
There's gotta be some of that.
No, I haven't played Bug Fables. I've
I
heard it's
have.
like,
It's really great.
oh, that's good. I've heard it's just fine.
It is ridiculously charming.
Okay. Have I
And
watched
also,
your...
the game hands you a hard mode at the very beginning. Just like, hey man, if you think these games are too easy, they are. You can make it harder.
Fun. Have you watched or read Beastars? Yeah, Beastars is fucking awesome. I haven't seen Mob Psycho. I started it and it didn't really hook me.
Mob's good.
The biggest challenge of creating your own series, wanting to die. Working too hard. Favorite part in short, I liked voice direction. Favorite video game, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. Empress Theresa is worst character. I don't know who that is. Is this poster going to be for sale? Yeah, man, I just said it was going to be a print. Just one print. No one else gets it. Just me. It will cost $8,000. It will cost $300,000
to buy this print for 1 second.
And you can, once you do that, I can start working on season 2. That's a joke, of course. So I'm very done. Go to bed. I have a minute left. Favorite JoJo part, still 7.
Shotgun, not a question.
I will send 1 box of crickets for that poster.
All right, someone ask a good question.
Ask one more good one. Most interesting power concept. It's not a good question. It's too open-ended. I came up with an epithet that we're never going to use. That, you know what? That's too long a story. I don't want to start it. I told it to Savvy, and it took like 15 minutes to explain all the way, so... Can Ramsey turn other people into gold? Yes. Is the poster going to be available anywhere? Yes, guys. I'm going to sell it as a print. Pay attention, class.
Maybe they've been here for 10 hours.
So have I. If so, could he turn Zora into gold? Yeah, man, he does it in the opening. Which EE character are you sad about cutting? Like, I don't know. Honestly, Jericho. I think, like, given a fuck ton of screen time, I'd love speedrunning jokes.
It is an infinite well. What did Ramsey spend his $20 million